name's Olivia Moore. I'm currently playing Sandy in Grease in the West End. Well, we're currently in rehearsals, but yes, we'll be opening very, very soon. And previously to this, I was in Heathers and Waitress. And yes, is there anything else that you said I needed to say? I'm sorry.
No, just that's cool. And obviously, as you say, kind of you're back doing Grease after doing it last year in the West End. What's it like when you get to return to a show that you've kind of done previously?
So this is my first time returning back to a show that I've done before, so it's kind of quite a new experience. But it's great. We've got lots of new faces in the cast, which is, you know, we were so lucky. We had such a fantastic cast last year, but obviously they're all off doing amazing other things. So we've got a new cast, which is so exciting, a whole new load of energy. So it's really, really fun. It's really fun to see people's different interpretations of characters and how, you know, we, people that have done it before, have to bounce off of that and change. And it's just keeps things really fresh. And I'm really, really enjoying it.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Then, obviously, Grease has been around for kind of 30 plus years now. The film is kind of everywhere. It's so popular. And obviously there's been the kind of recent series, I know Paramount Plus, isn't there, kind of the prequel. Is there kind of ever a pressure then for you stepping out on that stage, knowing the audience has kind of already got that preconception of what they're about to watch?
I think with any type of show like this and such an iconic, you know, musical, I think there is always going to be that pressure of, are we living up to people's expectations? So many people are connected with Grease in so many different ways, and obviously we want to give everyone that fulfillment and enjoyment in what they're kind of wanting out of it. But I do feel like we have made lots of important changes, and so hopefully people will notice and appreciate that, and understand why we made those changes. But I think it's a new take, and I think it's absolutely more fitting for the world that we live in right now, but it's still very much rooted in, you know, in the film. The music is still just exciting. Everyone will be able to, you know, everyone knows the iconic songs. The dancing is phenomenal. The costumes are amazing. The set's amazing. Like, everything is just still, I think people will be so excited by it. So, it's very exciting.
And I guess then, is there more kind of job satisfaction if they leave thinking, oh, they've seen Olivia Moore's kind of Sandy, rather than thinking, oh, we've seen a replica kind of the film version?
Yeah, and I do think that, you know, I absolutely have, you know, Olivia Newton-John was such a huge inspiration, not just because of how iconic her Sandy was, but also just because of how much of an incredible role model she was. So obviously there are elements of her Sandy that are in my Sandy. I can't not.
No, yeah.
But it's really exciting to find my interpretation and I think, yeah, hopefully people like my Sandy. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, where I think a lot of audience members, because of the type of show that it is, where it's set, and the fact that it's set in a high school and there are so many different characters, everyone can relate to a character. So I just hope that someone watching will see the character I'm playing and be able to think, oh, like, that's me, like, that's who I was at school, or, you know, that's me now, or, you know, be able to relate to the struggles that Sandy have, and, you know, so yeah, hopefully they'll be able to see themselves in my Sandy.
I'm sure they will. But obviously you're working alongside Dan Partridge again, having kind of obviously done it again last year. But now obviously, because I'm Leicester based, I got to kind of see the original kind of Care version when it was 2018, 19.
Yeah.
How is it then? I know you're kind of back in rehearsals. Is it kind of nice that you have got that familiarity of playing alongside him again?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, we're so like comfortable around each other, and we're both very kind of supportive, and we both, although we know that we've done the show before, we absolutely are so invested and driven to making changes. You know, when you do a show 8 times a week, naturally sometimes there are certain parts of it that you're like, you lose that spark, or you're trying to find new things, you're trying to keep it fresh and exciting. But I think so I think it's great that we both have that focus in although this is the second time we're doing it, changing things up, finding new parts about the character. You know, I'm not like, you know, I don't know everything about Sandy. Like, I'm not a professor in it. He's not a professor. But we want to find new things and different layers to their relationship, but also how they are, you know, separate. So it's, I think it can feel like, oh, we're just going into the same show, playing the same parts. But actually, like, there's so much more to it. And it's putting that time and effort and care into nurturing those characters. And now that we have so much experience and knowledge on them, how we can kind of use that information and move it into because it is a new show. When you've got new people playing different parts, there are so many different takes on it and different energies and different interpretations. So it's we're both really, it's really, really nice because we're both definitely on the same page where we want to kind of find more about them.
Of course. And then say if you went into rehearsals and they said you can switch roles for the day, who would you switch to?
So I would, if it was in the pink, I think, who would it be? I think I actually did have a very similar question earlier, and I do think I would love to be Rizzo. I think because it's such a contrast from Sandy.
Yeah.
I would love to just play around with that character, the different layers. I feel like it's such an exciting role. Because there's just so much to her personality. There's so much to find, and Jocasta plays the part so incredibly well that I can't help but be inspired by her. And so she makes me want to play Rizzo, makes me want to be like her. So yeah, I would love to play Rizzo. I think she's such an epic and inspiring character, and like the growth that she goes on as a character, I think would be such a great journey to kind of go on as an actor. So yeah, I think it'd be great to play her.
Amazing. Well, I've called these quickfire questions, but they started off being Grease themed, and then I kind of curtailed off into just random questions about you.
Okay.
So,
no worries.
First one, summer nights or winter mornings?
Summer nights.
Yeah. Solid. On the dance floor or singing karaoke?
Oh, that's a really hard one. On the dance floor. But part of me also thinks that,
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one. I mean, this one's probably less hard because you don't really get them over here, but drive-in cinemas or indoor cinema?
I'd say indoor cinema because I can get cold very quickly, so I like to be warm.
See, that's the end of my kind of Grease themed ones I was thinking of. But then there's more just general ones. So if you weren't in theatre, what would you want to do with your life?
Oh, there are lots of things that I would love to do. But I feel like the first thing that jumps to my mind, I love teaching. And I would love to teach more with children, with people with disabilities. I see like the incredible benefit it has on people. And so I'd love to do more work with that. So yeah, I think I'd probably just go more into a teaching, but I love like interior design. I love kind of, I say fashion, I'm not fashionable, but I like clothes. So I love that. It's so weird to think about what I would do. If I could actually just pick up one skill and be like amazing at it, and just be like, you can immediately be that. It's always been my dream to be a figure skater. I just think it's amazing what they do. So if someone was like, we can give you your dream, like, not that acting isn't my dream career, but do you know what I mean? I'll be a figure skater. At the Olympics, let's say. Let's be ambitious.
There we go. Well, if not, there's always dancing on ice, isn't there? So either way.
Exactly.
Something like that. What has been the one kind of highlight of your time in Greece so far?
Oh, there are lots.
Yeah.
It's honestly like I've had such a fun time. I feel like something for me that I will always remember is the first time that I sang Hopelessly Devoted in our first preview, because I was so terrified, but then I felt so amazing after it. And you know, I look back on when I was a child, and to think that I had been there singing that song on that stage just felt like such a huge achievement. So that was amazing. So I think that one.
Amazing. What was the last series you binged?
Oh, this is... Right, I've just got to be honest. I have just recently finished watching Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to look... I never know when people ask me like what I've watched. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember because I got so invested in Married at First Sight that I can never remember like the actual like. I'm actually currently on my Netflix now, like seeing what I watched. I can't even. Where is continue watching? I did start watching Wednesday because I knew that. I love You. I need to watch the second of You, but I actually love documentaries.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to binge watch documentaries because you're always starting something new, so you can't really get fully invested. But I love documentaries, so that's what I normally am watching.
Solid. What was the last piece of theatre that you watched?
I went to go and see the British Bake Off, and I saw that on Monday. Yeah, I saw it on Monday because my friend Grace is in it. So yeah, I went to go and see that before it closes.
Yes. Is it good? Was it worth it? Was it good? I mean,
yeah, it's great fun. It's really, really great fun. The music is so great. So yeah, it's a really, and I think also if you watch British Bake Off, I think because I watched it a while ago, so I'm not like up to date with everything, but I feel like there are a lot of references in it that are people that watch it often will know, because like so many people are finding certain points hilarious. So I feel like I would have enjoyed it even more had I known a lot about the show. But yeah, if you love Bake Off, British Bake Off, go and watch it.
What was the last kind of soundtrack or musical that you listened to?
Probably like The Prom. I love that soundtrack, and it's like on one of my Spotify, well, actually my partner's Spotify playlist, because I just love it so much. So it's always on loop. So I feel like that probably was the last one that I listened to.
Good, strong answer. And the final of these quickfire ones: Grease 1 or Grease 2?
As in the film?
Yes.
Grease 1. 110%.
Yes. I've not even seen Grease 2.
I have seen Grease 2.
I've not.
Grease 2, I watched Grease 2 a long, long time ago. And it's just not the same. And I know that, some change is good, but I feel like the first Grease is so iconic. And I feel like you can't really get much better than that.
No. But then, my last couple of questions. What would you want an audience member to take away from seeing this production of Grease?
I just think being open to change. I think it's very much within the storyline of, people slightly changing, adapting to, learn more about other people and get along with other people. But I think with this production, we have changed things to fit the world that we live in right now, and I think that's kind of the message. It's good change, and Greece is so iconic and so well known for certain reasons, some that stand out more than others, and I think I think when they come and watch it, there are notable differences, and so hopefully it will get people thinking and wondering why things were changed. And yeah, just keeping people open-minded. Beautiful.
And then my final question is simply, what does theatre mean to you?
Oh gosh, theatre for me is, I guess, an expression of just releasing. Oh gosh, that's actually a really hard question. I can't. It's weird. I can't really put it into words. I do love to sing, And so when I do sing, and I'm singing in an environment where I'm just relaxed and just myself, like, it is massively a form of expression. So sometimes it can feel like a bit of therapy. But theatre for me, as an audience member, and it's kind of alongside what I said previously, theatre gets me thinking. Theatre can sometimes either stop me from thinking about stuff I'm stressed about, or it can get me thinking about how I can be a better person, or it can help me see someone else's point of view from a different position. And I guess it just makes me, it either takes me away from something that is hard. It can kind of just throw me into a new world with new people, but then sometimes it can make me feel things, whether it's excitement and joy, or whether it's great sadness, or anger, or whatever. I just love it because it makes me feel so many different emotions, and I think that's a good thing, because it gets you thinking about how you are and how you interact with people and how you navigate through life. So yeah, God, I got quite deep there, but yeah, I love theatre for so many different reasons. It's kind of hard to like put into words and also kind of put it into one sentence,
yeah.
But it's very, very powerful.
Yes, well, brilliantly answered and amazing. Thank you for your time. People can catch you in Greece from the 2nd of June through till the 28th of October at London's Dominion Theatre.